He didn't love who I was, he loved who I became, and that changed everything. I used to believe being quiet meant being safe, but in high school, I learned that being quiet often meant being invisible. The kind of invisible where people don't dislike you or judge you, they simply forget you exist, and I was very good at being forgotten. I sat near the window, always early, always silent, wearing clothes meant to hide instead of express, my hair tied back because trying felt pointless when no one was looking anyway, and every day I watched him from 2 rows ahead, laughing easily, confident without effort, surrounded by people who leaned into his world as if it was warm and welcoming. I noticed him long before I understood what noticing meant. The sound of his laugh, the way teachers said his name with familiarity, the way girls smiled when he spoke. And he never once noticed me. Not in class, not in the hallway, not even in the moments when our eyes met accidentally. And my heart raced while his eyes slid past like I was part of the background. College felt like escape disguised as fear. A place where no one knew the girl I used to be. A place where I could decide who I wanted to become, without carrying the weight of being overlooked. And I changed slowly. Not overnight, not magically, but through small choices like standing straighter, speaking without apologizing, wearing clothes that fit instead of hid. The glow up wasn't glamorous. It was lonely, built through quiet nights, uncomfortable growth, moments where I wanted to disappear again but chose not to, and somewhere along the way people started noticing me, really noticing me, in ways I had never experienced before. The first time I saw him again was on campus, standing outside a cafe, laughing that same familiar laugh, and when his eyes landed on me, they didn't move past like before. They paused, they searched, they stayed, and his smile changed as if his mind was catching up to something his heart already recognized. He said my name like it mattered. We started talking, then walking together, then sitting beside each other in lectures, and suddenly he was curious about my life, my thoughts, my plans, complimenting my confidence like it was something new, something that had appeared out of nowhere, and every word felt strange because part of me still remembered the girl by the window. Friends told me I should be happy, that this was proof the glow up worked, that attention was the reward for becoming better, but it didn't feel like winning. It felt like being chosen after the audition had already ended. One evening, he said it casually, almost without realizing the weight of it. You've changed. I smiled, because it was true. But what I didn't say was that I hadn't changed to be loved. I had changed to survive, and there was a difference. As we grew closer, his attention became sincere, consistent, thoughtful, and for the first time, he wasn't just noticing me, he was listening. But the past stayed with me quietly, reminding me of all the moments I had needed him and learned to live without him instead. One day I asked him if he'd ever noticed me before college, and the pause that followed told me more than his words ever could, because remembering someone is not the same as seeing them. He apologized honestly without excuses, and I believed him. But apology does not erase absence, and awareness does not rewrite history. I realized something important then. This story was no longer about whether he loved me. It was about whether I could trust love that arrived after transformation, whether I could accept being chosen without betraying the girl who learned to stand alone. In the end, I chose to move forward, not because he finally noticed me, but because he learned how to see me without erasing who I used to be, and because I had already learned the most important lesson long before he entered my life again. Being unseen once did not make me unworthy. Being chosen late did not make me lucky. The glow up didn't give me value. It revealed it. And this time, love didn't define me. I defined myself first. Would you forgive someone who only noticed you after your glow up, or would it always feel too late?